Welcome everybody to another episode of Rewind the Times, the show about past, present, pretty much everything. I wanted to come on again, and first of all I want to say I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Man, we're getting hit with some really hot weather over here on the East Coast. But one thing I want to talk about, which I always love talking about, is the DCEU, the DC Comics Extended, the DCEU, the DC Comics Extended Universe. I love, as everyone that watches this channel knows that I love watching. I love DC Comics, absolutely love it. I love the DCEU as the DC Comics Extended Universe. Absolutely love it. And you guys all know that I'm super excited about Black Adam that's coming out October 21st. Cannot wait to see that movie in this year with The Rock as Black Adam. And you get the Justice League of Society, the Justice Society of America coming in this movie. Well, I've been picking up more stuff for the Black Adam stuff. Been working out. I'm gonna be ordering a costume for Christmas, for Halloween. So I'm trying to get my body to fit into that costume. Man, and just been hearing a lot of stuff going on with the DC. I know that they did some reshoots on the DCE movie Black Adam at the end of the movie to make it fit more into the timeline for now. So I'm really curious to see what that is. I know that I heard that they offered Leslie Grace, when the movie The Batgirl got canceled. I heard that they offered her the role again, and she denied it. And you kind of really can't blame her. You know, when she was when Leslie Grace was first picked to be Batgirl, she was so excited, and I mean, you could see the enthusiasm and the excitement in her face. She was posting it everywhere. She was just so embracing this role of Barbara Gordon. And then for them to do what they did to that movie with Michael Keaton and all that, man, and J.K. Simmons, and I mean, it really sucks, man. The cast looked like it was really, really good. So I mean, just to shelve that movie, I kind of understand why. I guess there was agreement when David Zaslav, the new CEO of Warner Brothers, when he merged Warner Brothers and Discovery together. There was like a kind of like a blip in the contract saying that they could only for a certain amount of time, and I believe end of the August was the end of this month, from what I was reading. They were saying that if they wanted to get rid of this movie, because the movie was supposed to go to HBO Max, and I mean, if you put a $90 million movie on HBO Max, I mean, what are you getting in return? You're just getting subscriptions. You're not. It's not like it's in the theater. It's not like it's going to the theaters and you're getting a revenue for it. You're not. I would never put a 90. I guess it ended up being like $100 million once of all the COVID protocols and stuff. I personally would never put a movie like that on HBO Max, because you're not getting no money back. So it makes sense, but so they're gonna write it off as a tax write-off. That and the movie Scoob: A Haunted Holiday or something, I believe it was, which kind of sucks because, like I said, man, it had Michael Keaton in it. I can't think of Brendan Fraser playing Firefly. You know, this is supposed to be a big break for him because his career's kind of on the low right now. He's still a great actor, no disrespect to you, Brendan Fraser, but J.K. Simmons, doing his role of you know what I mean? Of him coming back. So it's just of him coming back as Commissioner Gordon, and there's Leslie Grace as Batgirl, and Michael Keaton as Batman. But I wasn't sure if it was supposed to fit in with the new current timeline, because remember, we're supposed to be going on this multiverse, and I hear good and bad about it. I hear that the multiverse, David Zaslav really doesn't like it, because that was the old owner, Walter Hamada. He liked the multiverse, but I believe we're still going on that timeline of the multiverse. I mean, really, man, everything's just speculation. I mean, really, nobody knows 100%. No, unless you have clear, unless you're speaking directly to these guys, everything's kind of just hearsay. I mean, I'm just reporting what I hear. I hear different things from different YouTube channels. Ping Pong Flicks, Chris, great DCU content. Mick from Movies See Me Mad, he really, really knows his stuff about DCEU comic stuff in movies and everything. So, we're hearing a bunch of different things. But I'm super excited about the movies that are coming out. Black Adam, like I said, is coming out in October. Shazam is coming out in December. Then you got Aquaman in March. The Flash in June. And here's another one that I'm getting just as excited about Black Adam. If Black Adam's like a 1A, then this movie that I'm going to talk about right now is going to be 1B. It's getting me that excited, and that is Blue Beetle. Man, the Jaime Reyes version. You know, Ted Kord was, I believe, the second Blue Beetle, and I love DC comics. I'm a DC nut. I'm a DC nerd. I know so much about it. I got the encyclopedia. I mean, that doesn't mean that I know everything about DC comics because I got the encyclopedia. But I mean, I love DC. I love it. I love it more than Marvel. I always have. I grew up on those characters. And Blue Beetle is kind of like he's kind of a young, up and coming character, and the cast is really great. Susan Sarandon's playing Victoria Cord, I believe. I believe that's the name. It was Sharon Stone was originally casted, and then she dropped out, and Susan Sarandon stepped in. I believe she's made for the movie. If I'm correct, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure her character was made for the movie. She could be the wife of Ted Kord, so maybe something about how she lost the scarab and wants it back, because I heard she plays the villain. George Lopez is in this movie, but the one that I think is just perfect casting, and that is I'm gonna say his name wrong, so I do please I appreciate it if he sees this video, if he ever sees it, or anyone. Is the kid from Cobra Kai, Zolo Marahuela. He is playing Jaime Reyes, the Blue Beetle character. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance, but if you haven't, go check out the photo sets of his costume. Excuse my language. Holy fucking shit, dude! That costume may be the best costume in the whole DCEU universe. It is amazing. I mean, I've seen about 4 or 5 set photos, and then I've seen some videos. Dude, it's comic book accurate. It is so perfect. It looked like it came off the comic book and into the movie. Like this is amazing looking. I mean, it's simply an amazing looking costume. When I seen it, I blew my mind. I'm like, wow, it even got the scarab on his back. I mean, this looks amazing. I'm getting more and more excited. Granted, it's not coming out until August 18th of next year. But here's the good thing about this movie, because people were wondering what was going to happen because Batgirl got canceled. Remember, Batgirl was supposed to go to HBO Max. It was supposed to go right to streaming. This movie was originally, Blue Beetle was supposed to go to streaming, and then David Zaslav stepped in and said, no, we want this to be a theatrical movie. Because remember, he's talking about everything that we do now for the DCEU. We want it to be big. We want it to go to the movies. We want to make money off of it. So we're going to give it a good budget, and we want it to be theatrical big. And this movie went from HBO streaming to the theater, and I'm excited. I know they just wrapped up filming, so I believe they're in post-production now. But the cast is great. It's got George Lopez in it. It's got some other Latino actors that I don't know the names, but I know the faces. So and I don't want to disrespect anybody with their names because I don't know the names, but I really know the faces. You can tell just from the set photos. This movie is about family. I don't know what the plot is yet. I really don't know that, but with Susan Sarandon playing Victoria Cord, I believe, and they said that she's the villain, so maybe it's got something about the scarab. That's what I'm thinking. Just a guess, could be wrong, could be completely wrong, but I know she is the villain in the movie. That is my next exciting movie to see. I know this Shazam and Aquaman's coming out, but Blue Beetle, this movie I think is going to blow a lot of people's mind. I don't know what the budget is going to be, but it's going to be a big budget. Something probably $100 million plus. So let's say it's $100 million budget. I bet this movie makes about $500 million in theaters. I mean, that's gonna quadruple, more than double, quadruple its budget. We could be seeing, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, we could be seeing, sequels to it. And I'll tell you right now, if we do see sequels, remember I said this. Remember, Rewind the Time said this, because I haven't heard anybody else say it. Zac Efron as Booster Gold. Man, if you guys ever seen Baywatch, the man has the physique. He's a good-looking man, and imagine him in the Booster Gold costume. If anyone that knows Booster Gold, the cockiness, the swag, the physique, Zac Efron could be the perfect. And he's a pretty young-looking guy. And him and Zolo Marahuela playing the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle character, I think they'd be perfect. I'd be perfect. So please, I know sometimes sometimes companies, they do listen to their fans, and like I said, I'm a very small very small YouTube channel in the YouTube universe. I've only got 111 subscribers. You know, but which I appreciate all of you. I'm just saying I just have 101 subscribers. There's channels that have millions and hundreds of thousands. But Zac Efron, I think Zac Efron would be the perfect cast for Booster Gold. So real quick, guys, I'm gonna turn my camera over and I'm gonna show you some new stuff that I got for my Black Adam collection. And I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And post down, you know, put down the comments. You guys know I respond to every comment, just about every comment I get. And so yeah, just tell me what you think. So I'm gonna switch the camera around and show you my new Black Adam stuff, guys. Okay, so as most of you guys know, I got the Black Adam posters. Those are still the same. Well, I got the new Funko box that came in that holds the Funko Pops. Love that. And then I got a new Black Adam Funko Pop where Black Adam is sitting on the famous throne, which we always see in the comic books. So that one just recently came in. Sorry about the glare, guys. I'm gonna try to turn the camera a little bit. And then you see these little black lightning bolt things. Those are from the San Diego Comic-Con, Hall H. When the Black Adam cast was there. And then turning over here is the rest of my collection. I do have Sabak coming in, and when he comes in, I will do a video with him. But yeah, and then I got one more little thing from Black Adam. You can see it right there. It's a Black Adam coin. It's like it's a Pog coin that came in today. I paid $7 for it. Something small, but I really love this movie, guys. I cannot not look at Black Adam now. I cannot look at Dwayne Johnson, and he is Black Adam to me now. That's all. Let me turn the. All I see now is Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam. Like, he is made to be Black Adam. This man don't need no bodysuit. He is the perfect casting for him, and I am super excited. And I'm really hoping that Henry Cavill is in this movie. We don't know, but I heard Amanda Waller is in the movie from the Suicide Squad, and I heard that she does speak to Superman to tell him that there is a threat. She does speak to a Superman character, I should say, to say that there is a threat. That the threat is Black Adam. Because remember, Black Adam, he fights with black magic, and which is also another weakness of Superman. It's not just kryptonite. It's also black magic too. You know, and it's not like it kills him, because obviously Superman can fight through kryptonite and black magic, but black magic is another one of his weaknesses, and that's part of Black Adam. So listen, guys, man, I am super excited about the movies coming up. Finally, we're gonna get our 11th movie in the Dceu universe. Don't get me wrong, I like Marvel. I like them, but I love the Dceu. I hope this 10-year plan that they have. I hope they do it right. You know, David Zaslav, thank God, he does know that that the DC product is a moneymaker. You know what I mean? And we need to get a Superman. You know, like I've said before, Henry Cavill is our generation's Christopher Reeve Superman. I think he'd be great. We got to get him back. I mean, we all love him. You want him. I want him. I don't think the Snyderverse is coming back. I know right now they're going. I think they're gonna piggyback off the Snyderverse timeline, because that's what's out there. I think we're gonna do a soft reboot, not a full reboot, because Gal Gadot, who plays Wonder Woman, she is scheduled to do a lot of cameos in the upcoming DC movies. Shazam, Aquaman. People are making a big thing. Ben Affleck's back and Aquaman. Well, yeah. Here's the reason why. Pretty sure here's the reason why. Remember, when the movies first came out in the beginning of this year, we had 3 or 4 movies coming out this year. Black Adam was coming out in July, and then Shazam was supposed to be next year, but The Flash and Aquaman were supposed to come out this year. And remember, the timelines got mixed around. So because The Flash got pushed back to June of next year, Aquaman was supposed to be after that. So when Michael Keaton was in the Flash movie, and he's still in it, he's still in it. So when they did test screenings of the Flash, of Aquaman, Michael Keaton was in it, but the Flash came out afterwards. So people that have seen test screenings of Aquaman didn't understand why Michael Keaton was in this movie. It made no sense to them. Well, that's because when they had the current list of movies, order of movies, the current timeline, Aquaman was supposed to come out after the Flash. Well, now since Flash is going to be the last movie, well, really, it's actually Blue Beetle. June, July, yeah, it's actually Blue Beetle. But you guys understand what I'm trying to say. So they brought Ben Affleck back in to just kind of film the scenes that Michael Keaton was supposed to film. That's all it really is, But you know how people are there. Oh my God, Affleck's coming back, and I don't think he's coming back. I also heard that he wants a good working relationship with Warner Brothers because he's in a great place in his life. He's married to J-Lo. He looks great. You know what I mean? Mentally, I get it because I suffer from depression. Maybe he was just going through a bad time in his life, and he didn't want to do big, giant budget movies. But you know what? I heard that he's happy with his life. He's happy with his marriage. He wants to come back, and he wants a good working relationship with Warner Brothers. So I heard he did them the favor to come back and reshoot the film scenes that Keaton did. So when you do see the movies in the timeline that is currently going, it will make sense. Remember, Black Adam's in October. Shazam is in December. Aquaman is in March. The Flash is in June, and then you have Blue Beetle in August. So when we see these movies now, they're going to make sense with the current timeline, the current DCEU timeline. So like I said, I don't think we're having the Snyderverse back. I don't see it happen. I think by saying soft reboot, we are gonna use their characters. Like I think Momoa is gonna stay Aquaman. Gal Gadot's gonna stay Wonder Woman. When Ben Affleck does want to come back, and I'd love to see him come back on a permanent basis. I would. Listen, if we're doing the multiverse stuff, and we're introducing the multiverse, you can have multiple Batman. You can have Robert Pattinson's Batman. You can have Keaton's Batman. You can have Affleck's Batman. Bale's Batman. Fuck, man, go get Adam West Batman. I know he's passed away, God rest his soul. You guys know I love my Adam West. You can have all these Batman if you're doing multiverse stuff, and put it together in a way that makes sense. That's what it is. Makes sense. You know what I mean? So you can do all this stuff. So, but but that's what I mean by soft reboot. They're not gonna recast Aquaman. They love Jason Momoa. David Zaslav loves him. Gail Gadot. Ben Affleck. All these characters. That are right now the main guys. When we seen the Shazam 2, when we seen the video, who'd we see? We saw. The only person that I believe that will be replaced, and I'm going to do a video about that at a separate time, is Ezra Miller. Unless Ezra Miller, because we all love redemption. We all love a comeback story, but I think he's really... Man, it's hard, man, because I'm a born-again Christian, and I believe in forgiveness. I do. I believe in forgiveness. But he's done some stuff, oof. He has to really sow those. He has to really come out and speak and say, listen, I'm sorry, this is where my head is at. Go get the help if he's ever to come back. But I think he's not. I'm like 90. You can't never say never. But I'm like 95% sure he's not ever coming back as the Flash. If you watch this damn video, whose faces did they not show? They showed Ben Affleck's. They showed Aquaman's. They did not show Ezra Miller as he was running like the Flash. They had his face kind of covered, so... but I believe they're sold on for now because they got to start covering their butt. Warner Brothers has to start covering their butt. I'm pretty sure that he's not coming back as the Flash. If he does, I'd be shocked, but I'd give it like a 5% chance. You can't never say never, but you just can't. Trust me. How many times you break up with a girl and say, I'm never going back to that girl, and here you are a week later and you're in love with her again. So you can never say never, especially in the movie industry. Where money talks. You know what I mean? So. So I'm pretty sure he's the only one that will be replaced at some point. I really hope if he does. Grant Gustafson, love him. He loves the Flash role, and it's kind of funny that the CW Flash is ending right as the new Flash movie is coming out. Just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind. I'd love to see him as the Flash. I think he did a wonderful job on the CW. Gave him a bigger budget with a bigger cast. I think he'd be fine. He loves that role. I think he'd flourish. And he's been playing the role for 9 years. It's not like we already know who he is. You know what I mean? So, but okay, guys, I'm gonna let you go, man. Spend some time with my son. I'm exhausted. I worked last night. I'm gonna rest for a little bit. So listen, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Take care of yourself. Remember, man, God first and family. And until the next video, take care, man. Peace, guys.